Vampires and mage.
Hello, hello, hello.
Greetings, I'm a vampire.
I am not a vampire.
Oh, what?
You're a
And
vampire.
let's be honest, we're all going to be something else by the end of this campaign.
I would say majority dead. That's a
Yeah, probably.
Well,
That's
we're
majority
already
dead.
dead.
call.
Yeah,
Everyone's
Except
gonna
for-
die.
Well,
yeah, someone will come in as a werewolf, someone will come in as a fae, like, whatever. Like,
yeah.
this is your coterie? Not very many vampires, but okay.
So, last session, we had our brief encounter with the masked mage beneath Castle Dracul, who said they didn't want to engage in combat at the moment and was allowed to leave, which led to Alexandru spending multiple days and a great deal of effort to create a new keystone in the seal of Kupala, the Earthbound. Across the entire political landscape of Transylvania, Greater Eurasia, and even into Western Europe, especially into Western Europe, down into Spain, London, we start having events happen. Uprisings, princes being pulled from their towers and murdered by younger Cainites. We had a number of other things happen as well. Durgasin succumbed to some powerful outside force. There is so many different roads ahead of the coterie. The Ventru and their traditions, the Anarchs. So many moving pieces in a vampiric war that scales far beyond the borders of Transylvania. The return of Lucida de Aragon. Arriving ahead of news reaching all of your ears of burnings, not just burnings, black-robed individuals taking people bound in rope with sacramental oil and water blessing upon them. They are made to kneel in supplication and to confess all of their worldly sins. After their sins are confessed, they are burned at the stake, and their purified souls sent unto heaven after all sins are forgiven. Armor-clad priests wielding crucifix and blade forgive heretics and then kill them in Christ's mercy. So they cannot sin again.
I don't know, I feel like I'd be hereticked off about that.
But the knock at the door of Sigisora came, opened by Andy. Where he found Lucida. The first thing she spoke to him is to start Archivist.
Andy, you must start Archivist.
We cannot
It's
live
for the
without
greater
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome, Archivist. We pick up this session at Andy's home in Sigisora. Lucida standing at the threshold, Anatole hunched behind her. Sombra's dead.
You okay?
I am considered traitor to my clan.
Why?
Because I did not agree with their rising up against La Sombra.
Okay. Well, you absolutely have sanctuary here.
You could sleep
Are
on the couch.
are we gonna have to? Are we gonna have to deal with the Lasombra? Are they gonna come for you here?
They may. I will accept your offer of sanctuary for a time. But I will not live the rest of my unlife scared.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not suggesting that. And please keep in mind that I have many safe houses throughout the region, and I am building more. So, uh, you know, you'll have means of travel incognito.
I fear that even yours may not be good enough. The Inquisition guards all of the roads.
I need no roads.
Wait, the Inquisition, a bunch of really zealot priests is guarding the roads.
They are not simply guarding the roads, they are harassing those who travel them, searching them, forcing confessions from them, and then executing them on the spot.
Okay. Um, you know, I think I'm gonna need to teach you something else then. Can you stay here for, you know,
You don't
several months?
understand. They are hunting vampires.
No,
They are
I
led
go ahead.
by those who possess pure faith. I have never seen so many before.
Oh, them. Lovely. Yes, we dealt with them in Constantinople, and were forced to retreat.
Got super rich because of it, though. Which is pretty cool.
How many occupy Transylvania? Do you know?
They're not here yet. But they are coming. Their followers are calling Transylvania the Heart of Darkness.
Do you know where they're coming from?
I imagine they will sweep down the main roads. The Silk Road for certain.
Do you know how many men they have?
Thousands. It is exactly what the one named Maximus warned us was going to happen.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And you say thousands, but not tens of thousands.
Only because their armies are split. They affect Spain, France, Hungary.
No, I'm not hungry. Thanks.
They are an army unlike anything the world has known. Except maybe the Persian army. But that is a different story. Sorry. Broke character a little bit.
Not good.
Well, let's consult with Wolfgang. If we're going to be dealing with an invading army that doesn't like vampires, we have to decide if we're going to fight them, if we're going to hide.
I watched them find and execute multiple kindred in front of a crowd in Rome. They have the ability to sense us or detect us. These are unlike the Chosen that we've seen in the past. It's almost like it is a hunt for them. They smell us like a hound. But gather your coterie. We should speak with all of them. I know Anatole is eager to spend time with you all once more.
Well,
Anatole is huddled in a corner, mumbling to himself.
if there is anybody near me, I mean, other than no, I don't need anyone near me. I will just kind of reach out to Scheherazina with Auspex and ask her to make our guests comfortable while I gather the coterie.
As you wish.
And then first place I'm gonna go is Abaluia. And I'll just port there and go meet with Wolfgang.
Wolfgang. 1413.
I just imagine Anatole I imagine Lucida just pushing him around in a wheelchair, but not a wheelchair, like a computer wheelchair, like Stein from Kill a Kill, not Kill a Kill, Soul Eater. That's how I imagine him.
I haven't watched Soul Eater, but I have
It's
seen
so
Kill a
good.
Kill. Kill a
So
Kill is
good.
amazing.
It's also amazing. Everything Trigger makes is amazing. But
Yeah, I love
But
Trigger.
this is specific. It's specific. I imagine him in like a rolly computer chair. Like that's how I imagine his character. It is fucking perfect. And I'm so disappointed you haven't seen it because now you don't understand.
I will watch it. It's on my list of animes.
I don't even watch anime. Like I'm not an anime like evangelist. But that one is good. That one is fantastic. Anyway, Andy, you have concerns you wish to speak about?
I do, Wolfgang. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Lasombra's dead.
That's going to make some waves.
Yeah, it is. But also, the Lasombra clan seems to have signed on to the "Let's kill our elders" thing, and members of their clan that are not down for the "Let's kill our elders" thing are being named as heretics and being hunted. Also, uh, I guess remember with that dude we dealt with in Jericho, not Jericho, in Constantinople. He thought we were in Jericho.
Young.
But the guy who was trying to sing down the walls.
Yeah, the original
Leon.
Leon.
Yeah, apparently
Not
there
the-
are a crapload of them,
Not the
and
cool one.
they've got an army behind them, and they are coming here to destroy us. And apparently they have a means to detect us. And when I say us, I do mean Kindred.
Yeah.
They're after us.
Well, good fucking luck finding where I sleep. But, there honestly aren't that many vampires in Albalula. I've
No.
sanctuaries for them. But, I'm willing to put the Brotherhood up to protect those who cannot. Kind, obviously.
Yeah, indeed. But I'm informing you of this. I wish to summon you to Singiswara to meet with the entire coterie. I'm gonna try to gather everybody.
I'll do so. I will be there within the hour.
Thank
Or
you
how
very
much time
much.
do you need?
Shouldn't be long. I can, travel very quickly, and so I think an hour will probably be fine. Maybe an hour and a half.
Can travel quickly. You don't need a portal.
And so to answer that question, I will simply vamp to Castle. Hold on, got to deal with the dogs again. Sorry.
It's all good. I see
Oh.
you portal away.
Yeah, I basically port, just port away and go to Klausenberg.
I guess
and
you learned something.
the dogs stop barking, so I don't have to deal with them.
Yeah, good for him.
All right,
Why?
let's go to Klausenberg then.
Yeah.
In Klausenberg, things have continued to be mostly peaceful and productive. Mitru the hunter is closer to Mitru the businessman now.
Hey, Sans, just to double check with the archivist, did you actually select the world? Because it doesn't show that it started.
Yeah, I selected it. It started.
All it says on my end is that it's fetching available world selections.
No, I have created a new session, connected, have a great session.
Oh, cool. I guess mine just didn't update.
They have weird borders on them, like maybe only I can see them.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, Archivist is there, and recording. What?
Ah.
Yes. Aldrin? What would you be doing this time of year?
Let me check the weather. August, summer in Transylvania. At this point in time, he would probably just be going around with the court members, making sure everything is set up in case he has to take a time away. At some point, he needs to have a discussion with Maeve. But yeah, mostly just court stuff, Sinistral stuff, Prince stuff.
Yes, also, I forgot. Balder has arrived.
Oh yeah, hanging out with Grandpa too.
Hanging out with Grandpa. Balder?
Oh, I heard Alder.
No, Balder.
Okay, that makes way more sense.
Balder is there and does some private training with Mitru.
I assume he
also-
actually does have hair.
He does have hair, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Balder,
So
excuse
his
me,
name is
who,
ironic.
who hasn't been in the game since we started using Archivist. Balder is a 6'4", heroically attractive, blonde-haired, blue-eyed man with full, well-kept beard with a couple little braids with beads in it. There's like highlights of red gold in his hair that makes his hair shiny like metal.
Yeah,
he
so he's
is-
a sex god.
Yeah, he is the picture perfect man in every sense of the term. He is also constantly smiling, charismatic, easygoing. Everyone seems to love him. He's also a Gangrel Methuselah. And also grandpa to Ulrin and Mitru's children.
And he could totally do Axe body spray commercials.
He could. Chris Hemsworth is like a watered down look-alike for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
So you had something you wanted to discuss with Balder, if I remember correctly, Ulrin. So since I'm not going to RP out his private training sessions with Mitru, let's go to what you'd like to talk about with Balder.
Did I have something with Balder? Oh.
You requested Mitru have him come.
Oh, that was to deal with the Sombra Methuselah and to kind of have a backup. But that message got delivered a little late. I guess, yeah. Good evening, Balder.
Orun, my child seems very happy.
I do my best to make sure that is the case. Sometimes
now.
successful, sometimes not.
He's learned a great deal more from you than he ever did from me. So I am truly grateful.
Well, hopefully that means you'll answer these questions and not get angry.
He just sighs a little and sits down.
What do you
All
know
right.
of Mithras?
He just blinks at you twice. Mithras, the Prince of London?
Yes, apparently one of the strongest Ventru, I've been led to believe.
He is the strongest Ventru, I would say, without hesitation. And possibly the oldest vampire alive right now, aside from the Antediluvians.
Good, so it would be a good idea to get in good graces with him.
And stay in them. If you ever feared me, you should be pissing yourself thinking about upsetting him.
Good.
Don't do that, you'll get blood on the carpet.
Yeah.
Mithras makes enough money, he can replace the carpet.
What is carpet? Oh, it's that stuff that goes over dirt, huh?
It's true, he's all beautiful marble in his palace.
He's so rich he doesn't understand
It's
carpeting.
easy to clean up.
With the coming war, I assume you've heard dribbles of it, yes?
Yeah?
Phrasing.
Would we be able
Yeah.
to expect you to side with anyone?
In this war of immortals.
No, that is not what I'm talking about.
Then what are you talking about?
There is a select group of older vampires that wish to break away from the elders in their control.
Okay.
Vintru would like to stop this or prevent it from entirely happening, as would I.
Okay.
Can I expect your help in this?
Why would I help in this?
Well, if they would seek your destruction just as equally as they would anybody else's.
I was not aware that I had wronged any new neonates anytime recently, but if they wish to come for my destruction, they are free to test themselves against my might.
I would just think it would be safer if we surrounded ourselves with strong allies and prepared together.
Of course. That is what the guilty do. They hide. They gather their power. Unless you have nothing to fear.
The guilty and the smart.
I have never sought or tried to make an enemy in all of the many centuries I have walked this world. Was I tricked into becoming a vampire by Loki? Yeah. But it does not mean that I need to tell others what to do, or I need to submit to others telling me what to do.
No, but if a battle were to come, and it is, Transylvania will probably be one of the battlefields.
Well, then come live here in Iceland.
And just abandoned everything that we've built here.
Why fight in that war?
It'll bleed over eventually.
If they bring the war to us, we will end the war for them. But we will not join a side. I do not want to be ruled any more than I want to rule others.
Yeah, fuck you, Ulrun.
Well, in years' time, when things change, I will ask again.
Balder puts a hand on your shoulder and looks concerned briefly and then, like, squeezes your shoulder, like, put on muscle. Good, you're eating properly. If you or anyone in my family are threatened, you may call on me for aid. But I will not choose sides in your war of power. Because throwing my power into the middle of this war of power takes my power from me and gives it to the war. You understand?
I do.
A place for heroes is not in a war. Wars are the weapons of greedy men. Is this what you want your saga to be, son?
I'd prefer no war at all, but it's inevitable at this point.
Your participation in it is not. You always have the choice to stop, choose another path.
Not if I wish to create more allies. I don't want to be put in between this revolt and the Ventru. And a lot of the actions taken by our coterie so far has put us in the sight of both.
If I may, what is it you are hoping to accomplish here? Then, Andy, you're standing in the outside the lodge.
Okay, I will. Does this appear to be a private conversation, or is this?
I was
a
just gonna
conversation?
ask: do you want to eavesdrop? Do you want to stay hidden?
Quickly, rush in, touch all of the butts.
So I'm not being hidden at all. I'm not trying to be sneaky. I show up. If the conversation appears private, then I will allow them to have it and stay out of it. If it seems more like just a pleasant conversation, then I'll come walk up. But actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at Ulrin and wait for him to acknowledge me.
How is Alvin feeling right now in this conversation?
Abandoned.
No, kind of reassured.
Abandoned.
No, honestly, Baldur's thing for the most part has been staying out of like.
I
the
get
limelight.
his point.
I don't blame him for that.
He has nothing to lose here. Well, mind his family, which I
Yeah,
don't think
exactly.
they will let happen in the first place.
And he specified that if you come under danger,
Yes. So I feel reassured. Ulrin feels reassured in that aspect. He was just hoping for maybe a little name drop here and there being allowed, like fear the wrath of Baldur.
I don't know why
Which-
you need them to fear my wrath when you and my child are here, Oren. Mitsuru has now learned everything from me that he can. There's no more I could teach him. He will have to learn from Woden.
That is reassuring. Power in numbers, I guess, is at the end of the day.
Just... You can make your own choices. Andaka, we are being rude. Welcome.
I will nod at him. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, Andy.
I do still want to circle back to how Ulrin is feeling right now. Because your ass is being uber red with empathy.
Still the same. Reassured that he and his own will be protected if need be. Kind of sad that he doesn't have the potential numbers advantage unless absolutely needed. But pretty sure that he's still making the right decisions for the long term. And
Your
honestly,
husband did
hoping...
decapitate a Methuselah with one attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife helped.
Yeah. It only happened because of her, actually.
I'm super proud. Just saying.
Honestly, he thinks Baldur doesn't understand vampire politics because he's stayed out of everything so far. And has been allowed to stay out of everything so far.
That's
Baldur strikes me as the type of man who does what he pleases.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
that,
think anybody allows him to do shit.
I think Ulrin's also kind of concerned on that atmosphere. Like, he says he has no enemies and that nobody is going to try to slight him. But
That makes you think that isn't necessarily the case.
yeah, Well, no.
Who could possibly have a grudge about the protagonisty of protagonist vampire?
somebody
Someone
who
with
hates
a
protagonists?
Covered
Yeah,
in mistletoe.
Baldur's not dangerous at all.
He's not a crazy, insane, powerful elder that they
Mhm.
might want to take out just because he exists, which I think is absolutely the case, and that is on my face.
But it's also true that he's never actively tried to make enemies.
No,
Yeah,
you don't
you
have to
Enemies
try.
simply make him.
Yeah, you don't have to try to make enemies. Enemies will find their way to you.
And he said he'd kill them if they did, so...
You also do have to remember that, like, some of the people in the Anarchs are also literally elders, anyways. Like Velia, I'm pretty sure is a pretty old.
Yeah,
vampire.
that's my point on
Yep.
why I hate the entire idea of rising up against the elders as an anarchy when it's being led by a group of childish elders.
See, here's the thing I think you're missing. Is that the Anarchs right now are people like Baldur. Are people like Micah Vikos. They are the ones that want to do what they want without influence from someone else. Their reasons and their motivations and their ideologies are different. Baldur is a perfect example of a modern day anarch who just wants to be in his kingdom and be a dude in Iceland protecting shit. Whereas the Sabbat, the baby Sabbat that's down here in Europe and Eurasia right now, who are already embracing the first generations of shovelheads to use as shock troops, have a whole different other way that they want to revolt. So the Anarchs, as the Ventru, the founders of the Camarilla, are calling them, is just a blanket statement like pagan.
Yeah,
They're just calling all of them Anarchs.
my opinion doesn't change.
I didn't think it did. I just wanted to clarify.
butter.
Yeah, like.
See,
shit's
technically,
fucked.
you can clarify other things like juice.
What?
You can
We're straight.
I don't
want
wanna
to
talk about
clarify,
what that
like
was.
butter, to make things more clear. Technically, you can clarify things other than butter. It's just a lot more work.
We're streaming.
I regret nothing.
Good lord.
Andy, how can I help you this evening?
All right, to kind of move this along, I will pass along the information I got from Lutita and then request that you and Mitra join me in Singy Solora. Say that I'm gathering the coterie so we can discuss what to do.
So it's already started. Well, Baldur, do you think that you're still safe if the Sombra will fall?
Lisambra gave plenty of reasons for people to hate him. He was a vain, vicious man. I am not surprised that his childer would rise up against him.
My point is that it could
My
happen
most
to
estranged child is Mitru.
anyone. I mean, we're having family dinner. Is he really estranged anymore?
That's why I said my most estranged child is Mitru. I am not worried about my children rising up against me because I treated them well. I treated them fairly. These others are suffering the consequences of their actions, and they should. I do not see anything wrong with what these youngsters are doing when they are being abused.
I get
Now, the
that.
ones who say that all elders should die they are a little too far, obviously.
Well, when most people start doing it, it wasn't actually a cry for all. It turns into that.
Auron, what is it that you want me to do here? You want me to wade into battle on the front lines and kill swaths of young vampires who just want to be treated with respect? Yes.
I'm Bane.
It's like Olaren's the Elder that nobody likes.
My kids like me.
I more meant like manipulative and all that, controlling.
Lord Balder, if I may,
Yeah.
so there are two issues at play here. You have these young kindred who are rebelling against their elders and, doing so in a very flashy, in your face, here we are kind of way.
That.
And that has
Not that.
triggered a bunch of mortals with actual faith coming and hunting all of us down. I think, and this is just my thought, but if we were to ask you for help, it would probably be more along the lines of, hey, maybe we can direct this inquisition at the anarchs and away from us.
But then I would be helping your side.
Well, you would be helping the side of the young vampires who haven't been wronged and the elders that haven't wronged the young.
There is no good move for me in this place.
I agree, and I take back asking you to help. For now.
I will come if you need. But from what I understand, you and your coterie have had a hand in the death of many of these older vampires, so...
Just one, personally.
Balder, leans in and looks you right in the fucking eyes. Yeah?
Yeah.
He holds your eye contact for just a couple seconds longer than he normally does. And then just looks really sad.
I don't think I'm lying.
You absolutely are lying. You've been involved in the death of multiple elders.
Oh, two.
Oh, you darn goth kids and your clove cigarettes.
Two, okay.
Well, how many? I think we've killed a lot of elders.
We is a selective
Just saying.
term.
But you have kind of killed a lot of people, and I think contributed to a lot of deaths of elders.
No. Just two.
I'm gonna go ahead and say 3 that I know of already.
What's the third?
But that's out of character, and the third is Radu.
I'm willing to take their credit for that one, but you were definitely involved.
Okay, 3.
He was a dick, though.
And on the chopping block regardless.
It saddens me that you... It's fine. He squeezes your shoulder one more time. I will leave your coterie to its...
To Sigisora then, Mitru.
What?
Would you like to join me to Sigisora to discuss what we're going to do about the Sombra?
Isn't he dead? What are we going to do about him?
Well, apparently we need to possibly have refuge for the Sombra being hunted because they disagreed with his death.
Okay. So we are going to get involved into the interclan politics of the Clan of Darkness? Is that what I am hearing?
What the discussion is going to be about.
Okay, but doesn't that mean I shouldn't go?
Good point.
If you want me to get in good with the Anarchs, I can't be seen supporting the ones who don't want to kill the bad guys.
Fair point.
It's time to start.
And
It's time to make everyone think we hate each other.
as soon as I hear that,
Oh,
I'm just
Andy.
gonna. As soon as I hear that, I'm just going to give Mitra a look of really.
Just
You're
put your
still
fingers in
telling
your
me
ears and go,
secrets.
la 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 la.
Look,
And-
I'm sorry. I'm new to this lying thing.
And then I will bamf to Bistria.
Beecher just hangs his head and looks sad.
Very in character.
I practiced, though. I'm sorry. I thought Andy was safe to speak in front of.
For the most part, he is. For the most part.
We arrive in Bistria. Lysandra. It's only
Hello.
been 4 years at this point. The Fae have moved into Bistria. Changelings move about, work jobs. They live lives as mortals. They don't cause a fuss. They don't cause a stir. No one delivers you orders. It is up to you to rebuild your vampiric kingdom. So how do you want to do it?
Lots of gingerbread.
I want to turn you into a chair sometimes. No, I don't know how she would even go about rebuilding Beastery, to be honest, because she doesn't really trust any, if at all, many vampires in Transylvania aside from like her coterie members.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfgang has a lot of workmen. He would offer them to you again if you asked. Even
Yeah,
though
I mean-
we
I don't-
ruined the last time
nothing-
that they put any effort in.
I don't think anything has to be rebuilt still. I'm thinking more or less like seneschal, sheriff, that sort of thing.
Yeah. The social structure. Yeah.
Although I do think she would offer Maeve any position Maeve would want in Beastria, considering that she'd probably reach out to with like a letter to Maeve over the 4 years and be like, "Hey, if you want anything in Beastria to do, you can just come and ask and do it. If you want to be like have responsibility in another's domain." But I think that's about it as for now, because it was 4 years and she also had to like retake control over the noble family she started.
The letter you get is simple and elegantly penned. I already have a position of much esteem in the vampiric courts, learning at the side of my wondrous grandsire Maruska. Your offer of participation in Bistria is well received, but sadly I must decline. Wishing you all of the best, Maeve.
Alright, then yeah, that was like pretty much the only thing I think she really would have done. I mean, there was other things I probably would have wanted to do, but that can wait for another time, I guess.
But you are trying to rebuild your court.
I don't think there's like any, like, unless she can like fill it with like the black sheep of Transylvania of like, you know, Kiasid or like uh something else, because like she doesn't want Samitsu to be involved with her at the moment because she can't trust them. Doesn't want
Okay.
Lysander to be involved with her because she can't trust them. And she has a bad relationship with Giovanni / Cappadocians, or at least bad experience with them.
Could find you some Banu.
No.
Ah,
So you are a prince without a court. Not to say that there aren't other vampires in Bistria, you just don't have court. And they don't actively seek any positions in a court. Bistria is becoming something of a safe haven for supernaturals who want to lie low. And that's when Andy will arrive. What's Lysandra doing on this evening? Also, how does Andy get a hold of her?
Upon arrival, Andy will reach out with the mind link that, she has.
Oh, good evening, Andy.
You'll where are you at?
Oh, I will meet you at the palace.
Very well. And then I'll make my way to the palace. And
When you arrive there, I'm assuming there's probably going to be a servant who directs you to the essentially to a secluded, almost office-like area. Kind of, uh, you know, down beneath this. You go down the staircase, you take a left, like kind of in the middle of nowhere, underneath the temple, kind of hidden away.
okay.
And that is where Lysander would meet you.
Excellent. And so when I meet you, I will once again pass along the information that Lysander is dead. The Anarchs are shredding elders, and the Inquisition is here, or at least on the way. And I'm requesting the coterie to meet in St. Suara to discuss how to deal with this.
I see. Lysander is dead.
Noise
Yep.
cancellation low.
Lysander is dead, and this Inquisition you mentioned, they are like the people in Constantinople were.
Yes, but more of them. And so what Maximus said would come to pass is coming to pass. This is problematic, and we need to figure out how to deal with it. Would you mind coming to St. Suara?
Yeah, I'll come to Sigiswara for you, Andy, and deal with this problem.
Thank you. I have one other stop to make that I think is going to be difficult, so I'm going to attempt to do that now. I will see you in St. Suara.
Alexandru?
Yes.
I wish you luck.
Thank you.
I do have to do a correction. I would have offered probably a position to Murdoch if Murdoch would have wanted one. I am being told Murdoch might have wanted a position.
Okay.
But for the most part, she hasn't been actively recruiting for her court. Just if somebody were to arrive that she vibes well with, she would probably find a position for them. So
Yeah.
that might happen once, the entire vampire world is turned up on its head.
Excellent. Alrighty. Let us now move away to Blackbriar. Been 4 years since Vlad Dracul was imprisoned in a ring that now sits upon Alexander's hand. Rarely ever does his rage subside. You can always feel it beating kind of warmly at the gem.
Fucking edgelord.
His soul does not rest. But
The arguments are nightly.
the arguments are nightly, yes. In those 4 years, what's Alexandru been up to? Trying to
Besides,
fix a ley line?
besides focusing on the ley lines, it's mostly how's Catherine? How's Catelyn doing? that is a lot of the focus.
Yeah. She honestly has regressed internally quite a bit and spends a lot of her time simply weaving constantly. Fully distracted. There are moments near dawn, moments after twilight, where you find her crumpled in a corner, tears of blood flowing down her face. There are moments where you find her raging, destroying everything in her room. Looms smashed, bolts of cloth torn to shreds. She struggles. But she pushes on for Leon.
Yeah, how's Leon handling things?
Over the 4 years, Leon has thrown himself into perfecting his swordsmanship. He has been receiving tutelage from someone. He does not readily offer from whom.
That's not good. You should figure that out.
That is my next question. Would Alexandru be a spying parent?
I feel like yes, considering the world we live in.
Honestly, it's one of those things where I expect that he has never really, you don't hide things from Alexandru in the past, and the sudden, hey, I have a I have someone who's teaching me that apparently isn't Wolfgang. I'm not telling
Yeah,
you exactly who it is.
That's
Um,
bad.
he gets about a month before it gnaws on Alexandru enough that he starts attempting to spy.
Okay. You spy on him easily. He's, to your knowledge, incapable of blocking any of your abilities to watch him. He is meeting up consistently with Maeve.
Hmm. Alright.
I'm okay with that.
That just makes Alexandra believe he might be taking up on the offer that was presented to him. And as it stands, as long as no
They
maids.
fucking.
Yeah,
I should clarify, they're also getting busy.
Okay. Alright.
She is both teaching him how to sword one way and sword another way.
Okay. Fair enough.
Teach you how to hilt your sword.
Like, understandable. Have a nice day.
So that's how Leon's dealing with his grief.
Mm-hmm.
One fine day in autumn, late summer, early autumn, Blackbriar is over Kronstadt, one of its regular places that it likes to rest. Andy, you arrive at the path that walks up to Blackbriar Tower.
So well, I appreciate that you're just giving that to me. I don't actually know where it is, so I was gonna do a far sense roll to see if I could find it.
Oh, sure.
Will keen observation specialty work for this?
I don't believe so, because this isn't technically an observation, it's a search.
Fair enough. Three successes.
I don't actually think that is enough to find Blackbriar with supernatural senses.
You could always just ring him up and ask. Hey, where's Blackbriar Keep?
You know,
Hold on. Chris gave a redo roll for the character.
Very good.
Okay.
Reroll, Andy.
That was even worse. I got one success.
To make a call.
All right. So Andy is struggling to find the tower. So I would actually like to vamp to Wolfgang's armory
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can find the dagger that he screams at.
Hip. Where it belongs. That is a dagger I have had since episode 2.
Is it on your person or is it still in your armory?
Yes, it is on my person.
Okay, so
Because
I don't find it when I look through your armory.
It's paranoid as fuck.
After what happened.
In that case, I will then bamf the Wolfgang.
Andy?
I need you to contact Alexandru. I can't find his tower.
Ah, yeah, it moves. Alexandru, you want to come here? And he will shout at the. Well, not shout, but.
He just holds up the dagger.
Yeah!
Pulls the dagger, flips it around, pulls out an antenna off the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a cell phone.
Yeah, as one does. Would you
Thou
be
shalt-
inclined to join us?
You'll need me for something.
Yeah. Andy wishes to convene the coterie, which means it is probably something important. It is about the Lucita visiting you, yeah?
Well, yes, but also all the events that she reported. I mean, we really need to decide what we're going to do about this because
Yeah.
this is a problem.
Yeah, it is kind of always.
So many things.
You'd think
Jesus,
vampires, they have all this time to live. Why don't they just make money? It's not that difficult. You can buy anything you want.
Some of them do just make money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah, there's a sigh and a sudden flash. And there is an Alexandru in the room.
Also,
Andy,
a very brief and very palpable shadowy aura that arrives with him.
Oh, that's new.
But then
Glad
slowly
be angry.
recedes.
Glad be angry.
I will give Alexandru a slight bow, and Alexandru, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
They can both be in multiple places at once. No reason to snub the coterie.
Do we have a timetable? Should we just go now?
I think we should sit down with Lucita and talk with her some more, but also figure out what we're gonna do. If you don't mind, please join me in my office. I will have refreshments delivered.
Very well. Then I shall be there within the hour.
So, and yeah, I'll have blood food, blood spirits. Not trying to get everyone super high, but comfortable.
Yeah, you have a gathering at Sigisora of the coterie plus Mitru.
Minus Mitru. He decided not to
Minus
go,
Mitru?
remember?
Right. He can't be there. Though rumors do get back to some of your spies that Mitru and Ulrin had some kind of fight before Ulrin left.
Oh my.
Well, Andy will be polite and not bring that up.
Oh yeah, take it away though. This is your scene. You have gathered everyone now.
My friends, Lucita has reported to me that Lasombra is dead, killed by his own clan, and that the Lasombra are fully on board with this murdering all of the elders plan with the Zamitsi. Furthermore, there have been uprisings all over Europe of young vampires ripping princes down and slaying them. And this has drawn the attention of some folks that are similar to that guy we met in Constantinople who was trying to sing the walls down. But there are lots of them, and
Yeah,
they're
the
coming.
Bible.
They believe Transylvania is the heart of evil, and they're gonna come destroy us. And there are lots of them. So I think we need to figure out what we're gonna do about this. And I have a few thoughts myself about potentially steering this Inquisition in the direction of the Anarchs and away from us. But that's the only idea I've got so far. And even if we do that, I can't do it myself. I would need help. But yeah, anybody else have any thoughts?
To be honest, I'm not terribly concerned about a bunch of humans. In Balgrad, or Abelmulda, as the mortals are calling it now.
You hate it so much.
Yeah, I like the name sounded better before. I like the idea that he's still crusty over it.
I mean, just add
But if
whispers
anyone
and-
else wants support against them, I'm willing to offer.
Apparently, these mortals can detect us,
Yeah,
and that's the problem. They can detect us. They can drag us out of our sleep and destroy us there.
if they can find where I sleep, they're welcome to try.
Well,
We should
okay,
avoid
well,
that happening to begin with, Wolfgang.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think Andy is trying to get.
yeah, I love the bravado, but I called you here for help, not for reassurance that there's nothing wrong.
They
What do you
have.
for me?
If I was not so busy, I would offer to increase the wards in your locales. I can maybe pull out a couple, but
wards against
it will
mortals.
not be comprehensive.
Do you want support from the Brotherhood? I have some soldiers to spare if you like.
I think our combined armies are outnumbered by what's coming.
That
Well, they're holy men. Give them a holy war.
done the holy war thing. It's
It
messy.
worked. A lot of our
Aye.
towns survived just because
I'm
of
sorry, did you just say the Crusades worked?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a lie. I feel like Lysandra picks up. That's a lie.
it. It did, in Vampire, it actually did. The Crusade,
I mean, we
the Holy
did
War
lose,
fought
but-
between holy sides on both ends, saved a lot of the vampires because they got distracted. Mortals fighting mortals.
Wolfgang made a lot of money from that war. So,
True.
it really did actually work.
War is profitable.
If the
I
mortals are
did
busy
want to do
fighting
some-
mortals, then they have less time to fuck with us.
Indeed. I did real quick want to just say, Lysandra does have lie detection up and has face sight, so I do want to kind of know what Alexandru looks like under face sight. And I also wanted to use a discipline before leaving Beastria.
What
To
exactly is
essentially-
space site? Actually,
I have it posted in
Mine's-
there. I can see
Face
magic.
sight.
I can detect magic that does not
Alright,
stem from
you-
ghosts or the undead, including
Then
mages,
you
werewolves.
just see a magical outline. That is all that you see.
Okay.
Yeah, the Alexandria that is there is not there.
Okay, just a magic outline. Got it. And then the other thing I wanted to do was, where is? I just wanted to spend a point of blood and activate Fortress of Silence before heading out, which is just the difficulty of all involving mental and will powers decreased by 1 for the remainder of the evening.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Alright, those are like the main things that I wanted to do immediately before heading to this meeting. I thought we were gonna have a little time to prep for that. Sorry.
My position still stands. Send the mortals to fight the mortals. We tell the
Yeah,
people of
and
Hungary that they are coming in to take over and spread their religion forcefully as they have been, and let them fight it out.
yeah, except that they both follow the same god, and also they can detect us, and they are specifically hunting us. They're hunting kindred.
Not all the people of Transylvania and the areas around it actually follow the the Christian god.
Well, many of the people who live in Singi Solara are Eastern Orthodox, which, yeah, admittedly, it means they cross themselves in the opposite manner, but, you know, it's still the same god.
Perhaps we could find out what hierarchy they have and where their commands come from, and maybe we could eliminate the people giving them orders or usurp the people giving them orders.
I don't think we can sack Rome, but, you know, it it's not the worst idea. Maybe, you know, going to Rome and killing the Pope might, you know,
Are these people are they specifically taking orders from the Pope, or is there like a commander in between them? Do you see what I
well,
mean? Like it's not, it can't just directly be to the Pope. Yes.
I wonder who
There's a
has a
well,
lot
hierarchy.
right.
of control in Rome.
The Pope is the head of the Christian Church. While the Eastern Orthodox don't necessarily follow the Pope, they do follow the Church. I think your question, that there probably is a commander, but Lucisa, can you give more detail about this Inquisition of mortals with faith?
They're- They started in Spain. It's impossible in Spain for a vampire to escape notice. France is nearly as bad. Italy, too. I know Transylvania is on their lips. They are a military group supported by Rome. Every one of their officers has displayed miracles of some kind to gain their position. These are not like the chosen, the faithful that we have encountered in the past, where there was but one or two in a group of thousands. There are 100 to maybe 500 men. They are many. And he said you have all encountered people like this before.
Ages ago.
I have
Like in
encountered people of the
Constantinople.
faith in Jerusalem.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure why they would hate Avalula.
They hate our kind because of what we are. No matter what we try to pretend we are, she looks to Alexander. Unless you achieve what Alexander has achieved, we are all damned, as it were.
That's bullshit. I have done
Well,
nothing good for the
Incorrect.
mortals of Abalula.
I'm sorry, Lucida looks at Alexandru. What exactly has he accomplished?
Do tell.
I have completed my trial. The curse is no longer a curse.
You didn't know?
How would I know this?
It's kind of a big deal. I figured you would
I
have
do not
noticed.
go and scream it from the rooftops, and I hope none of you have.
You were at my salon. I figured enough would have noticed for word to have gotten about.
I just thought he was very close to
No,
being human.
Yeah, vampires can spend a blood to appear alive. And not all vampires have aspects.
Yeah, but they were
and
hundreds.
even when they do, I literally have a thing that makes me feel undead.
Yeah,
Fair.
you have the opposite of what you used to have now.
Very few
Fit in.
people recognize Alexandru for what he was.
Interesting.
And of those people, one of them is dead, and one of them has half the party working for him now.
Mhm.
And so doesn't care. You have overcome the trials of God. You must tell me everything. This is not the time. Another time.
No.
We will speak.
He just simply nods.
There is, of course, the peasant revolts in England. The Anarch Rebellion in the West. Europe is aflames, and the Inquisition is bringing the fire.
Do we
Why
fight
of the
them then?
kind?
Do we
What is your plan of
kill them
action?
all?
What do you want to do?
I believe that our best option, and it's what I suggested at the beginning, is to steer them toward the Anarchs.
I
We
hear
can
you, Andy.
spread news of the Anarch activity.
I agree with this
and
idea. It is good. I want to know what she thinks we can do. Why would she bring this information to us? What does she want?
she brought it to me, and it's because we're under threat. Lucita's an ally, and my lover. Do not question her loyalty, please.
That wasn't a question of loyalty. It was a question of why bring it to us.
I simply brought you news. I only came here seeking safe harbor from my clan for a time. I have no specific task to ask of you.
Yes, this is us finding out information, Elrin. We need to
Just,
get information.
all I can imagine is Wolfgang just like the only part he actually keyed in on, like while he's normally responsible, the only part he keyed in on as on Lover, and he would just like thumbs up to Andy. I feel like that's right in this scenario. I feel like he would just key into his like bro instincts.
It's not a mean of disrespect. Don't take it that way. You came here seeking refuge. What?
Anatoly twitches,
Yeah, that's what I
Are
thought.
you alright?
starts
No.
to thrash,
He's never all right.
begins to levitate up off the ground, convulsing violently as he begins to glow with golden divine energy.
Yeah.
Courage rolls from everybody.
Right. Except for Andy. Or except for Alexander.
A moment later, the convulsing stops and he hangs in the air, peaceful and still. His head rolls forward, his messy, dirty blonde hair briefly obscuring his face before he lifts his head again, and his eyes have been replaced with pools of golden radiance. God has not forgotten you. He has placed the mark of destiny upon you. Prepare your souls, for the time of testing and tribulation is at hand. The glow fades and he collapses to the stone floor unconscious. Lucida chews on her lip. I guess that's why he wanted to come here.
That's about right.
Alexander rubs his temples.
Instant migraine.
Fucking prophecies!
Andy is going to pick him up off the ground and carry him over to a couch or a bed or whatever I've got in the office where someone can lay down and put him there.
The divan.
Devon, a fainting couch.
A Pharisee leaning couch.
That is worrisome, but
Alright.
do we know?
That's just Anatole being Anatole.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Lysander's gonna
His
ask.
visions become more powerful since he merged with Octavio.
That is both good and frightening to know.
Why did he do that, by the way?
God told him to.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know why I asked.
Do we know where or how this military group of of inquisitors came to be? Were they organized by some a unique individual? Do we know? Looking to Lucita. Like, what happened in Spain to cause the formation of this group that has overtaken most of the world at this point? It seems.
I would assume overpopulation. Maximus was pretty clear that this was going to happen.
Tomas de Torquemada. He is a Roman Catholic Dominican. Friar and First Castilian Grand Inquisitor of the Tribunal of the Holy Office. He is also the grandson of Leon the Merciful. But unlike his grandfather, his mercy is a thing that burns people in righteous flame, so that they will not spend eternity burning in hell flame.
Then he robs others of their chance to better themselves and make themselves worthy in the eyes of God.
But he believes he forgives them of their sins and then removes them from the mortal coil so that they are not capable of committing any others and may pass into the gates of heaven.
Stupid old men.
Yeah, the thing that bugs me the most about that is, if they bother to read their own holy book, when you die, you're dead in the ground, and you don't pass into heaven until the resurrection.
True.
Also, just notice that Andy seems to know a hell of a lot about theology.
I have had ranks in theology since I wrote the character, actually. It's
I
just
have
never
two in
mattered.
So what should we do then? Should we attempt to muster some forces to resist them? I don't believe redirecting them to anybody will be beneficial for anybody. Because, oh, you redirected them to the Anarchs. Well, the Anarchs then said, oh, hey, there's a vampire place over here. Just to say fuck you to everybody else.
But I agree with that. If this movement is as large as it is being claimed here, it could keep the Anarchs busy for quite some time.
And furthermore, fighting with the Anarchs would weaken the army, make it smaller. There are always casualties in war. I would think we should also be concerned about the potential of the faithful in our own regions, because they might just join the army.
Pose.
Being in the army of God is
Commendable.
trying to work out how to say this. I'm sorry, I didn't have a speech prepared.
It is important to note that right now, Alba Lulia is mostly Christian.
It's true.
And being asked to join the army of God is a great calling. People will answer it, and
After
that
I've
could be a problem.
provided so much for them, seems a bit rude.
If you will excuse me, I think you are underestimating the power that these individuals wield.
Possibly.
Their ability to whip people into a fervor is what is driving their war machine. Their followers are becoming fanatics, with but a few impassioned words.
Does fanaticism feed these people? Does it provide clothing for them? Does it provide hostelry, places for them to sleep? These things I have provided for my people. Why would they
Zealotry
turn against me
overrides
now?
reason.
And also keep in mind that if they believe in a supreme being, they likely believe that all of those things that you provided were actually provided by their God, who they give thanks to when they eat.
And they are fools.
It does not
Fine.
matter if they are fools or not. We have to find out a way to deal with this and protect ourselves. As well as the populations that we each have underneath us.
I offer you words, but besides that, I wash my hands of the matter. Though, I suppose I may have a chat with Leon's grandson.
Alexandru,
Yeah, you would be the best to do so.
they would call you a witch.
Mm,
You are just as much under threat as the rest of us.
Yeah,
but,
they're not really differentiating between supernaturals. By the way, welcome to the first true generation of hunters.
Somebody fucked up somewhere and the hunters became a thing.
You don't have to treat them well, just don't kill them openly. Although you should treat them, reasonably.
Are we still talking about the people who are hunting us down to kill us?
Well, they wouldn't be hunting us down to kill us if they were treated at least reasonably.
From the sounds of it, they're just killing any vampires they see.
Sounds of it, yes. Kind of my point. Maybe if vampires weren't turning them into furniture, this might not have happened.
This happened in Spain, Wolfgang.
And they
Don't let your
know
personal
about Transylvania
prejudices-
why? What word got out that there were a bunch of nasty vampires living in Transylvania? And why?
Exactly.
Their Inquisition is calling Transylvania the Heart of Darkness.
Exactly.
And there are a bunch of anarchs here who are destroying their princes. And maybe not in Transylvania itself, because, well, yeah, none of us have been destroyed. But, you know, in the areas around us, they are openly destroying each other in front of the of the mortals. This is exactly what Maximus warned of, and
It makes my decision clear. I will work with Maximus.
It's the third sign.
Of Gehenna?
The War of the Children. Young vampires rebelling against their elders. The young will rise up and kill the old.
Yeah, we have done just the same. What, how many times?
Wait, you're the truth, although that sign will have been completed the fall of the first city.
That is also true.
And the second.
The children of powerful vampires tend to eat the powerful vampires that created them. Has happened more often than not.
Maybe those powerful vampires shouldn't treat them like shit.
Well, in my case,
True.
I haven't
That
been.
would be helpful if you all weren't ruled by your base desires. But I digress.
at that particular moment, I think I'd like to ask Scheherazina to bring me some opium, and then smile at Alexandra.
Scheherazina strolls in with a wrapped package.
And I will hand the wrapped package.
hard narcotics, sir.
And then I will hand the wrapped package to Alexandra because I think you're actually there.
The package disappears.
He takes it home. Also, don't do drugs, kids, unless you're educated on how they're properly used. And remember to drink water. Be safe. Kids should not be watching this stream, but just in case.
The only drug for Wolfgang is the blood of his enemies.
Yikes.
That's what we're worried about.
You're
Cringe.
worried about it. No one else is.
Anatole starts snoring.
Yeah, he would.
I do have to ask, have there been any lies told tonight so far?
Not that I can think of.
Not on my end.
Okay. So what do we do about the Inquisition that will be on our doorstep?
My plan was to not be anywhere near it.
If they can find us, do we know how easy it is for them to hunt us down? How far they can find us?
Well, I hear the East is nice this time of year. Maybe I'll take a trip down the Silk Road.
You should.
Oh yes, no,
I have friends that way.
Over currently.
What?
So none of the passes should be should be anywhere close to freezing over currently.
We could collapse some
I
of the
will
main roads.
stay for a time. But my job is to protect Anatole as the messenger of God. I go where he wills. But he seems happy here, fully unconscious and snoring.
It's
Once
like
again, I offer to ward your havens.
I will take you up on that offer, Alexandra, if it helps against them.
I don't
I'm not
suppose I could,
too concerned.
Alexandru, I don't suppose I could talk you into enchanting my armor.
With
I don't know what you can do. Whatever you think is good. What you did to my daggers is great.
alright.
Dancing armor. If you go down, it just like hauls your corpse around like.
Just come back and fight. Alexandra hands you the berserk armor.
What? Oh.
Oh, you say it will keep you fighting until the last drop of blood is drained from your body. Works on mortals too.
It may or may not make you insane.
Yeah.
I do think we're going
So-
about this the wrong way. We're asking as a group how we will deal in defending each of our own territories. When in all odds, it ends up being the best decision for that person's kingdom.
I think this is a threat that threatens all of us, so we should all work together to weather this storm.
It threatens us all differently.
Everyone's
threat is
Facebook
death.
status updates really quick. Mitra has changed his relationship status to "it's complicated."
Actually, I kind of agree. No, I don't care about that part. You can fuck whoever you want. But I'm not sure that this is that big of a threat to me. Maybe I could test the waters when I get home, but if any of you need troops, let me know, I suppose.
If you wish to
But the
block the
last
roads,
time I was
block
home,
the
they still
roads.
followed my orders.
And if you want assistance in trying to redirect them, I will place word throughout.
If you want me to
Transylvania.
whack someone, I can, but it sounds like that's kind of risky at the moment.
So you remember the fact that they summoned the sun onto Constantinople, right? And that we had to flee, and that any of us who didn't flee perished when they summoned the sun
Yeah,
at night on us?
yeah.
So now instead of there just being one in this group, there are hundreds,
Yeah.
if not thousands.
So what is
And
your
you don't think that's a
prerogative?
big deal?
What do you want us to do about it? Do you want us to take the fight to them? You're saying they can kill us.
That is
With
what I am
ease.
trying to ascertain. We came here to talk about this, and we have done everything but talk about it.
I think
Alright,
it was pretty clear. Andy gave the one idea that I agree with. Redirect them
fine
at
with it.
something else.
That's fine.
Um,
Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I have plenty of defenses. I don't expect them to get to me.
Another thing to keep in mind is that an army does move on its stomach.
True?
So if they, you find yourself, with this army marching towards your city, finding a way to cut off their supply lines would be helpful. Because if they can't eat, they can't fight.
True. I mean, there's like 3 vampires in my entire city. Like, who gives a shit? We'll hide.
If they're just killing people for sinning, from the sounds of it.
I thought
Even
they
the
were
mortal
only hunting
population.
vampires.
They're hunting vampires, they're hunting sinner humans, they're hunting supernaturals. They seem to just not like anything if it's not Spanish and Inquisitorial.
That sounds like a lot of bullshit.
That is kind of my issue is you want to defend your mortals, but then you're saying, oh, it's no big deal if these people come in and murder my mortals.
No, I never said that. I didn't think the threat was to the immortals.
Yeah, but they will not enter Saint Suara. If they show up at my gates, I will attempt to destroy their army.
So if we intend on redirecting them, let's not redirect them to anywhere within Transylvania.
Agreed. There have been several, at least I've heard rumors of or stories of many young vampires destroying princes in many cities across Europe. If we direct them in that direction, they wouldn't even be coming here. Or at least less would come here. Yeah, they do think Transylvania is the heart of darkness. That's really
your
problematic.
city's kind of full of sin. You might actually be concerned.
Yes, that is exactly what I sell. And as I said, I will defend my city tooth and nail, but I'd rather not have to defend my city tooth and nail.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you. Pretty sure the Catholics aren't fans of gambling. And alcohol.
What are the Ventru doing
and
to weather
drugs.
this storm, I wonder? And the La Sombra?
I imagine they're hiding.
The La Sombra aren't uh they're actively participating in the storm. It's only the ones like Lucita who don't believe in the destruction of the elders who are
No, I mean with the Inquisition.
As I stated, I planned on talking to Maximus about it.
I don't believe that they are part of the Inquisition. I have a hard time believing that these men are being manipulated by my clan. And that is not because of a lack of ability to imagine what my clan is capable of.
The last time we had mortals with the power of God, they seemed to be mostly moving on their own. Unless I misunderstood something.
I believe somebody at one point had mentioned that elder grudges had caused somebody to try to send the Crusades to Constantinople.
Maybe.
No. There was no maybe about that. That was pretty clear. The Black
Narses
Pariah
writes,
was manipulated to destroy. Oh, what the hell was his name?
Mikhail.
Mikhail?
Yeah, Mikhail.
Yeah, that was, what's her name? The Black Mariah, yeah. But the point was that they were mostly mortals. With the power of gods.
Yes.
That was
Agreed.
one worthy power. Leon,
Now, plentiful.
but his was true. Though I do not doubt the faith of this Inquisition may be palpable, we do not know truly how complete their backing by God is.
Did you find out?
Should the sun appear in the middle of night, or walls crumble to sand, after 3 days of chanting, you will have your answer.
Well, no, my point was, could you specifically find out? I don't expect they'd answer my questions if I don't have the door.
Go see how powerful the guy is.
Yeah,
I mean, you're the one that
Just
just like
partly
this
why
might.
I wish to speak with Leon's grandchild.
It's up to you. You don't have to do shit, but
I know that is what I wish to do, regardless of the risk.
yeah, exactly. It was kind of a risk the first time, and you were willing. Okay, bookmark that. Got it.
Okay.
Because ultimately, us all working together to try to overcome this problem is going to be better than us just trying to defend our own areas. I'm gonna keep
Okay.
repeating this.
So they're coming from the west. Well, we should send troops to the main roads. Try to convince them to go elsewhere, I suppose.
Okay, someone give me a list of all the things we're doing. Alexandria wants to have a conversation with Tomas.
Yep.
Alrin wants to
Yeah,
travel to
Wolfgang
London.
will stir his troops and send them to defensive points. I mean,
Andy. Oh, sorry.
No. As I say, they'd be coming from the west for the most part. But that's still vaguely ambiguous since what I know and what the strategist that is Wolfgang knows are two different things. So it's kind of vague. So by all means, like, take it away.
And Andy will begin amplifying rumors of the anarch destruction of their elders. But we'll do so, not within Transylvania. So, like, communicating with I guess, how the hell am I going to do that?
What?
Well, so I've got to find a way to get intelligence to the Inquisition that this stuff's going on, but I'm actually not sure how to do that. Maybe I should do a roll.
Write a letter.
Write a letter to who?
Actually,
kind of
no, thank
From
you.
who?
Thank you, Lysandra. No, that's fantastic. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to write letters, and I will give them to mortals, whose specific instructions will be to get caught by the Inquisition, um, as messengers and give up their intelligence.
Ooh, sending mortals to die.
No, because they're messengers. They'll be captured.
Alrin wants to take a trip to London.
Excellent. So many things happening. The world is aflame. I like it. It's gonna be fun.
I mean, there's still
When we
more
come back
that-
from our break.
Fair.
I gotta pee.
All Alrighty, I'll see y'all in 10 minutes.